And now for your listening pleasure, it's Ummy's World presents Storytime with Martha and Reginald. Yay!
You heard right, folks. It's another episode of Ummy's World presents Storytime with Martha and Reginald. I'm still Martha.
And I'm still Reginald.
Today, we're reading another creepypasta.
Is this all we read?
So far.
Let's talk to Umby about getting a little variety around here.
Yes, well, now's not the time for that. As I was saying, today's creepypasta is called They Hate Us and Want Us to Die.
Sounds like our audience.
Humph. Well, all we can do is try our best.
Wait, we're supposed to be trying our best? Oops. So who's the author?
I believe his name is K. Banning Kellum.
K. Banning Kellum. That's a snappy name.
It is, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
What is it? Do you have to poop?
Uh-oh. I feel a verse coming on.
Oh, I love when this happens.
Give me a beat, baby.
Boom, boom, tick. Boom, 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 tick.
I'm K. Banning Kellum, and I'm here to say I wrote the creepypasta that you'll hear today. I hope you like it, and if you do...
Boom, boom, tick. Boom, boom, tick. Boom, boom. I'll cook us all some chicken cordon bleu.
Really, Martha?
No, not really. I'll have Polly make it.
She does make a good chicken cordon bleu.
Indeed she does. But enough about succulent cuisine. It's time to get into the story. So as we discussed earlier, Reginald, I'll read and you'll interject with humorous asides.
Righto.
So here we go with K. Banning Kellum's They Hate Us and Want Us to Die. Ever wonder what your pets are thinking?
Oh God, here comes Martha. Everybody hide.
Humph. Ever wish you could talk to them or have full-on conversations?
It's hard enough getting you to shut up.
Are these all going to be jokes at my expense, Reginald?
Sorry, I'll try something different.
Ever wish you could talk to them or have full-on conversations? I did. Ever since I was a kid, I remember watching cartoons with all the cool talking animals, and I wanted to live in a world like that. A world where my animal companions could tell me about their lives, their day, every aspect of their being.
So today I pooped and then ate it.
Delightful. I got what I wanted, and now I am going to kill myself. Because knowing how they really feel about us, knowing what they really think of the human race, is far more terrible than anyone could ever imagine.
Let me guess. They hate us and want us to die.
I think you hit the bullseye on that one. Anyway, it all started 2 weeks ago. I was just wandering around downtown late at night. I had gotten off of work and didn't want to go right home, so I went out for a stroll. Seeing the life and people on the street always made me feel alive. Along the way, I met a man. He looked homeless. He asked me for a few dollars. I opened my wallet, and the smallest bill I had was a 20.
Hello, Jack Daniels and a bit of crack cocaine.
What? I was hesitant. Now, most of the street kids in my city have an act to go with their request. Some will sing, some will tell you a poem, some will tell your tarot cards. This man apparently would grant wishes. That's what he told me anyway.
What is he, a genie or something?
A genie wouldn't be homeless, Reginald. They always live in a lamp.
Maybe he couldn't pay the rent.
Rent? Who would the landlord be? Ali Baba?
You've got me there. Continue.
I thought, okay, what's the harm? This guy is clearly full of crap. But I was feeling generous, so I handed him the money. He smiled and asked me what I wanted as my wish.
I'd wish for my $20 back.
I thought it over. Even though I knew this was all for fun, I figured I would go along with it. Thinking back to my earliest years, I conjured up the one request that I recalled the most often from my childhood.
I want to be a superhero. No, a fireman. No, a dinosaur.
I want to be able to talk with animals. Not just talk to them, but actually talk with them. Understand their words and have them understand mine.
Is this Dr. Doolittle's origin story?
The homeless man simply smiled, clapped his hands once, and said, "Granted." He then walked away just like that.
Like what?
I don't know, like that.
Well, how did he walk? Was it like one of those Monty Python silly walks?
No, Reginald. He just means that the man suddenly walked away and didn't say goodbye or anything like that.
Oh, you're so boring sometimes.
I still felt good about myself, though. I helped a guy eat for at least a night or two. I went home. By the time I got to my front door, I had honestly forgotten about my wish.
Someone needs some ginkgo biloba.
I had 2 cats. That night, as I climbed into
What
bed...
are their names?
What?
Their names. No one ever says they have cats without mentioning their names.
Oh, what does it matter, Reginald?
Well, I think they should have names. I'm going to call them Sassy Linda and Captain Fluffybutt.
I can't believe this. I had 2 cats.
Sassy Linda and Captain Fluffybutt.
That night, as I climbed into bed, I was introduced to terror on a new level, one that I will not be able to live with much longer. I got into bed, and as usual, my 2 cats,
Sassy Linda and Captain Fluffybutt,
jumped into bed with me. I closed my eyes and started to drift when I heard whispering. Not exactly a human whisper, but sort of a high-pitched, demonic in a way, and directed towards me. "He is still alive,"
said Sassy Linda.
"We can't kill him. He feeds us,"
said Captain Fluffybutt.
"Oh, Lord. I hate him so much,"
said Sassy Linda.
"We both do, but remember, all of this is temporary,"
said Captain Fluffybutt.
"Would you stop that? Oh, don't stick your tongue out at me." I sat bolt upright. I turned on the lights and started searching the house. Clearly, I was imagining this. I lived alone. I knew I turned off the television. Those voices were right next to me. I honestly had no idea where they were coming from.
The calls are coming from inside the cat.
I looked everywhere. No radio or television was turned on. I tried to convince myself that I had started to drift off to sleep and that I imagined it all. I took a couple of sleep aids, turned on the television, and slept on the couch. The next day, I went to work. As I was pulling through the downtown park area, I heard a gruff, deep, and purely evil voice. "I want to bite off your fucking little face. Oh my goodness. I want to rip open your throat. I'll lick your ugly hairless face for now, because soon enough it will be my teeth in your face." I looked in the direction of this horrible litany of threats, and saw a large German shepherd licking its owner's face. As it licked and panted, it continued to hurl fierce and angry threats at its owner.
That is textbook domestic abuse. He really should get out of that relationship.
I thought back to last night. I thought back to my wish. I thought about the 2 whispering voices in my bedroom. Could it be? Could it be the animals?
Oh, come on. Of course it's the animals, you nincompoop.
From behind me, another whispering voice. Die! Die, you piece of shit! Die so I can eat you! It was another dog, looking intently into the face of a homeless man. The homeless man had the dog on a rope leash. He was passed out, leaning against a building. His dog was standing just inches away from his face, all teeth.
The dog was just teeth? Like its whole body? Like in the television adaptation of Candle Cove?
No, Reginald. I pushed through the workday. That night I got home. My cats were both sitting on the couch, looking at me.
Sassy Linda and Captain Fluffybutt do not approve.
Now a couple of notes on how this all works. Animals still meow and bark, and those meows and barks do not translate to human words. Instead, when they talk, they just open their mouths, and this whisper just breathes out of them.
Well, it's kind of hard to talk when you're inhaling.
My cats were staring at me. Their eyes were very cold. Soon, I heard one of them say.
It was Captain Fluffybutt.
I hate him, replied the other.
That was Sassy Linda.
Oh, shut up about Sassy Linda. He will taste good.
We don't know who said that.
Reginald. At that, I locked myself in my room. Now I know what you're thinking. Why wouldn't I go out there and talk to them, right?
Actually, I was thinking we should get a cat.
Try and get to the bottom of their apparent dislike. Well, there was really no need for that. When my wish was granted, I was certainly able to communicate with them. Their thoughts began to radiate off of them like waves of evil energy. I listened to them as well. Part of me was afraid to let them know that I could hear them. If I did, they might make a move on me even faster, just to reduce the risk. What I have learned over the last couple of weeks is quite simple. They all hate us. They see us as the selfish, destructive intruders of their domain. I also know that they have studied us every bit as hard as we have studied them over the years. Certain animals can even tell when people are going to die, almost like watching our auras dim as we get closer to death. They have allowed us to build and develop our cities over the centuries because they also know when our species, the human race, will wipe itself out. When that happens, they will claim our cities, our buildings, and our homes as their own. Every day that we live a little longer, it is only because they have permitted us to, because they know that we aren't going to be around much longer, and in the meantime, we are leaving a nice place for them to nest for the rest of their time.
No, hold on. Animals are going to live in buildings without humans? How will they work the doorknobs? What about electricity? Animals are going to run the power plants?
You're thinking too hard, Reginald. You're going to hurt yourself again.
Humph.
I know too much now. I know that they all hate us. Every animal I have overheard, every dog on a leash is reciting how it wants to devour its owner. Every house cat contemplates the death of its caretaker. When they crawl into bed with us at night, it isn't to show us love. It is to contemplate our deaths.
It sounds like they need a hobby.
They outnumber us by millions. They can survive disease, even nuclear fallout.
The indestructible Captain Fluffybot.
They are ruthless. Mercy is not taught in their upbringings. They hate us all, and they want us to die.
The end.
So what did you think, Reginald?
Quite the page-turner.
I do believe my worldview has been forever altered.
Oh, I wouldn't take it to heart. It's just a story.
But what if it's true? What if all the cute little animals really want terrible things to befall us?
We eat them, Martha. We kill them and we eat them.
Well, not cats and dogs.
In this country.
Ew. Oh my, what was that? Oh, it's a little kitty cat.
Don't touch it. It wants to kill you.
Oh, stop it, Reginald. As you said, it's just a story.
I don't know. It looks a little ornery.
Nonsense. Who's a pretty little lady? Oh! Oh, Reginald, it's gone berserk.
Oh no, there's more of them.
Quick, get a broom.
They're everywhere. I haven't seen this much pussy since I looked through little Tommy's internet browser history.
Oh, it's happening, Reginald. It's really happening.
At least we lived this long.
Shoo, get. Oh, this is awful. Well, I guess that's all the time we have for today's episode of Amy's World Presents Storytime with Martha and Reginald. Oh!
We'll see you next time. Maybe. Possibly.
Probably not.